Hello, my name is Billy Roderick, and this is my first YouTube video review. And it is on the movie Pan. Pan is a very good movie with great writing, great acting, great animation, great set work, and a totally unexpected take on Peter Pan. Now, if you're looking for the traditional Peter Pan movie, then this may not be for you. But if you're looking for a different take on the character, something different, this movie is definitely for you. I really enjoyed this movie. I have no complaints about this movie. And if I do have any complaints, it's about the people that were behind me during the movie. They almost ruined the movie experience for me. Talking about how disappointed they were with the movie during the movie. But for me, the movie was very exciting. I sure enjoyed it. A lot of great scenes, great acting, and as I mentioned before, great animation. Some really good acting notes are Peter Pan was great. Blackbeard, especially one of the first scenes of Blackbeard and Pan, right after he flies for the first time, that was just awesome. And his scenes with Hook were amazing. The thing about Hook in this movie, he's not your bad guy. He's not a villain, which was kind of nice to see. I wonder if this series of movies continues, if this is going to be a series of movies, if he's going to become one of the bad guys, if he's going to become the Hook that we sort of know. Not exactly the Hook we know, but something along the lines of that. That'd be interesting. But with how it's being received, this movie, I don't expect a sequel. I'd actually be surprised if there were a sequel. There have been a lot of reviewers that have hammered this movie because they're looking for the traditional take on this movie. It was great setup, great story. I don't have an issue with it. But there's a lot of people who would disagree with me. In fact, this movie, for me, they say to downgrade your expectations, but I think that's if you're looking for the classic Peter Pan. I went into this movie not expecting that. And I had high hopes for this movie. I was afraid those high hopes were going to sink after talking to somebody that I know about the movie. But I go in, I watch the movie, and it's one of the best takes that I have seen on Peter Pan. It actually, I thought I had really high expectations for this movie. It topped my expectations for this movie. It was so good, I just enjoyed it. Also, only thing that I felt about the movie might have been a little over the top was the person who played Hook. There was a scene between him and Pan. His acting just felt too over the top. Either it was the way Hook was written for that scene, or it was acting. But for me, I think it was more the acting. I think it was overacted. I think that scene was a bit overacted. But overall, I don't have any complaints about it. And that wasn't so bad. great movie. Some of the really good scenes. I mentioned a few things earlier, but I'm going to mention the end scene with Peter Pan and his mom. The very close to end scene, I should say. It was awesome. It wasn't really something I was expecting out of the movie, but it was definitely great. Well, that's all I've got for you. I'm Billy Roderick, and thanks for tuning in.